August 2004 was the release of the long-awaited continuation of the classic Doom game series. The third installment was to be a kind of restart of the series, announced as a super-realistic horror and a generational leap in games. In the months leading up to the premiere, the creators built tension with gameplay footage and screenshots that looked fantastic at the time. Personally, I too eagerly installed Doom on the day of its release, and I liked it. But even though I had a new computer, the lack of fluidity I was used to with other titles quickly made me tired. The dark, or rather black, screen made it difficult to create immersion. The main advantage of the new production was supposed to be realistic shading and lighting. Everything was put on one horse. It was summer, and I was playing on a CRT monitor that reflected any light source in the room, and in Doom, even with a flashlight, it was difficult to see anything. The flashlight was designed so that you could either shine with it and see something, or have your weapon drawn and shoot blindly. In the end, it wasn't the breakthrough I was hoping for. I wasn't able to play for long, and the gameplay was tiring me. I remember I abandoned it, maybe 1-4 completed, and the memories of it were completely buried in my memory, like Half-Life 2. In 2019, my attention was drawn to the re-release of Doom 3 BFG on PS4 Pro, which boasted improved resolution to 4K and 60 frames per second. Ultimately, during a 70% discount for Halloween, I was convinced, and further events inspired me to create this material. The return to the game was very pleasant. The first thing that caught my eye was that the BFG version is slightly easier. There is more ammunition and health packs everywhere, and the flashlight can finally shine while shooting. I also appreciate the perfect fluidity. I didn't feel any drops in fluidity once. Honestly, I am only now able to achieve immersion and my mind's entry into the game world. We play as an unnamed space marine who arrives on Mars for his new mission to help find missing scientists. What we don't know yet is that something strange is happening in the facility, and the Marines are sent to investigate. What we still don't know is that secret research is being conducted at the facility on opening a portal to hell. Before we even get into the game, the whole base is taken over by demons, and that's where the fun begins. The rest of the plot is conveyed through recordings and emails found with the bodies of scientific and military personnel at the facility. Sometimes we hear orders from the commander or a scientist possessed by demons on the communicator. This is the best way to tell the story, and game creators who have moved on to in-game cutscenes should understand the differences between a game and a movie. The designer's brilliant idea was to set the location in a base on Mars. The dense sci-fi atmosphere brings to mind scenes from Alien or The Hidden Dimension. It has been thought out how to build a sense of uncertainty in the player. Death may be waiting for us at every step if we let our guard down for a moment. I really liked the system for placing enemies. Sometimes we walk through empty rooms only to suddenly be surrounded by demons appearing from nowhere. The enemies are not thrown at us en masse, but rather strategically small and strong groups. The locations are linear but designed in the style of simple labyrinths. There are no maps or hints, so instead of going blindly ahead, we sometimes have to think about the way. The sound is shaped by listening to the silence. We only hear the natural sounds of various machines and sometimes enemies or allies. The main music that plays during the game is the juicy pounding of exchanging fire with weapons. Is the gameplay monotonous then? Not at all. There are various types of weapons to shoot with, which is very satisfying, so the most important foundation is well built. And that's why you can return to the game with pleasure. Unfortunately, the PlayStation 4 version was deprived of a multiplayer mode, which I completely don't understand. The only justification seems to be the lower cost of porting to consoles. And it's a shame that no one considered leaving the possibility of restoring the settings from the original version to go back to 2004. Thanks for watching, and subscribe my channel for new content like this. And good luck!